Hopefully something's doing something, he says optimistically. I am live, apparently. And apparently I'm watching myself. How do I share this with someone? Is there something I can share? Share. This gonna work? No? Oh, so annoying. No, that's not me. Is that me? Ah, no, now I'm being called live on... Hello, I was just trying to send you a link, but I'm having all sorts of problems with my internet. I am. So yeah, careful what you say, because you're live. Look everyone, it's the drunk old woman. How are you? Let me see if I can send you a linky. I've never done that before. Oh.
Okay.
It tried to send you, but is that... No, come on. That's me. Oh, there we are. Here we are. Yes. This should do it. Wonder anything. Right, this is fascinating viewing for anyone who's not you. Right, share link.
Sorry.
No, don't worry, I'm teasing you. Boop. Right, there we go. I think that should be it. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Yeah?
Yeah?
You gonna watch for a bit?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, groovy.
Okay. Well, we'll see you online.
See you online. Feel free to chat. I think you might have to make a thingy, but anyway.
Okay. I'll see. I'll
Alright.
see what I can do.
Bye.
Bye.
You see, now that is a supportive girlfriend. She really is an absolute winner. She is a winner chicken dinner, that one. Right, now what's going on here? Beep, 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 beep. So, have I actually managed to set everything up correctly? I'm viewing myself. I've now got 2 viewers. One of them might be the drunk old woman. And if it is, I hope she will say hello in the chat. In other news, I've got a penguin. So I think the real problem that I'm suffering at the moment is that I don't know how to... I mean, there's several things. So I mean, oh hello. I mean, the first thing is when it starts, it just kind of starts, which is a bit rubbish. So I'd like to have a sort of a thingy screen, but I think the most important bit of feedback I got from my esteemed playtester was that this looks a bit dodgy. Essentially, it's just like this kind of constant nonsense. But I had a long chat with Not Chris yesterday, who's a very competent and I think quite experienced gaming developer, who for some reason joins me on my streams occasionally. Oh, whoops a daisy. I'm no longer watching myself. There we go. I want to make sure that... Sorry, because the chat on this is often rubbish. So, is that good? Come on. Do it. Do things. There we go. So I can actually have to watch the chat down here annoyingly. Right, there we go. Right, anyway. So, so this is a mesh, right? We can zoom out of it. If we zoom in on the Pengy here. Come on, Mr. Pengy. So here's a mesh. All very exciting. Now I'm basically thinking I want to have probably 4 byte wide kind of terrain, but then in here, right, for instance, I think it'd be kind of fun to have some juicy juice. I think it's called juice in the trade, like something that makes it look a bit more kind of cool. So like this is all going to be ice because he's a penguin, obviously. So this is going to be ice, and in here I think like it would be fun to have things like, you know, like sunken ships or dinosaur mammoth, you know, like I can't draw any of this, but I mean, you know, like I'll get someone who actually is a decent artist to do it. I mean, I can do rubbish kind of placeholder art, which I might even try to do because it would be quite amusing. But you know, it'd be quite fun to have like, yeah, sunken galleons and like, yeah, mammoth bones or even kind of fully preserved mammoths, like even maybe like little UFOs or something, you know, like kind of funny little things and bits and bobs. You know, so that you know, to add a bit of juice. But obviously they need to be quite wide. So first I've got two problems. I mean, obviously I'm overcomplicating everything to all hell, but that very much is my sort of style. As a drunk old woman will attest, I'm sure. But so I mean the problem is that, but then I want these to be sort of, I don't know, I've got to find a way of making this look nice, and I was kind of thinking like little icicles, and then, you know, because icicles by nature aren't, you know, and so they can kind of overlap with each other a bit, and they can all be of different size sprites, and so therefore they can add some sort of, because these are floats, these aren't, you know, these aren't discrete points, whereas obviously sprites kind of want to be discrete because you've got like only a certain amount of space. So I mean, I'm very much kind of lots of ideas, very few solutions at the moment is basically the issue, which is, you know, fun and all, but not necessarily terribly useful. So anyway, so the quick version of all of this is that at some point I'm going to have to actually make a decision about how I want to do this. I think the most important thing is to see if there's a way of looking ahead, because these are generated in chunks. Okay, so I reckon if I can, when they're being generated, these meshes, surely I can look inside that and say, is there enough space for a large sprite? If there is, bung it in there with some padding. I don't know, am I being over ambitious? I fear I'm probably being over ambitious, but I mean, I know it's doable. It's just, is it within my ability, kind of the range of my abilities? Who knows? So anyway, if you have opinions, question of the day, am I being over ambitious? I mean, that's probably not terribly useful for anyone who hasn't got context, but I think it's a reasonable question. So I suppose I'm going to have to stop chatting about it, because this is what I do when I'm procrastinating, is I kind of talk about the problem, and it's one of, I suppose, the problems of Twitch streaming is, you know, I'm perfectly justified to then try to be entertaining, but it is an excellent excuse not to actually do any work. So I suppose I should try to get on with it and try to work out how I will actually do it. I mean, I think it is the next logical step to make it look a bit prettier, because it is all it's a bit boring, and I would like to kind of launch it so that other people can playtest it. So I think it needs an entry screen, a way of actually starting the game that isn't just like plonk, you're a penguin, go. Maybe an end screen, which is probably the same as the entry screen, but it also has your previous high score on it. And then and then a little bit of kind of background, or, you know, just some graphics to make it look a bit more exciting. So I think that's really my plan. But, yeah, so you see, and now I'm doing it again, I'm just talking about it. Right, come on, less talking, more doing. So, into the old terrain we shall go. And, I mean, I've got my friend Claude here, but I'm going to clear him because I like to start each thing fresh, because otherwise I think the context gets a bit sort of, please read your memory, otherwise we all kind of go off on a tangent together. Whereas if I do this, are you actually going to remember not to start? I bet it'll still start with a potted. It loves to just start with who I am. What are we working? Oh, look at you looking at my Git log. It's such a smart ass, is Claude. Well, what we're working on, Claude, is I'm not going to tell you because I want to try to work it out myself. So essentially, I want to find boxes in the coming up terrainy bit. Oh, maybe I should start with something a bit more simple. Maybe I should just start with, I don't know, maybe I should just start with something a bit more simple and actually have it as just a sort of, you know, actually just trying to fill it in with something that looks a bit more like ice. But I mean, ice doesn't really look particularly different from this anyway, so it's going to be very, very boring anyway. That's the problem. Oh, well, that was stupid. I killed the terrain. I mean, I literally haven't a clue how to do this. At some point, I probably need to read some sort of a tutorial, but that makes for very bad television. very tragically, I don't have beer with me yet. So I'm drinking water. Very sad. Oh yes. So no, I won't be derailed. All right. So now I'm gonna have to do something very boring, which is some thinking. So bear with me while I actually potentially shut up for 5 minutes, or even 10 seconds if you're lucky. In Soft City. Alright, so I've got a mesh. And I've got a strong idea of... Okay, I've got a perfect idea of what's above the mesh. Because... No, I don't. God damn it. Yes, I do. Because I've made surface... Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I suppose step one is actually just getting something in there that isn't just... Alright, so let's see if I can... That's an idea. Let's see if I can just fill it with fish. I mean, I know this seems ridiculous, but let's... I mean, because it's got a material. Here is the default skybox. What happens if I just shove a fish in there? Can I do that? I cannot do that. So the fish is not a material. Fish is not a material. Fine. I don't know what a material is, and I don't know why a sprite isn't a fish. A fish isn't a sprite. I mean, you know what I mean. Alright, I'm going to have to ask the internet. So. Alright, so. Oh, actually, I'll ask Claude. It's more fun. How do you make a tiling sprite to go in a material for a mesh? Fascinating stuff watching someone using Claude, but it's better than watching someone using Google, I think. And I do need to learn. You might learn something too. You never know. Maybe you won't. Oh god, really? I pay quite a lot of money for this. I mean... Well, it's not really that much money. Oh god. Oh, I'm already bored. I mean, it's just so boring. 2 parts to it. Texture import settings. Inspect when you click the texture asset. Texture type default, not sprite. That's for blah 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 blah. Wrap mode repeat. Filter mode blah blah blah. Disable blah 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 blah. Create a material. Alright, fine. Let's create a material. I don't know what that means, but let's do it. So, find new folder materials. How hard can this be? Excellent. I have made a materials folder. I'm very pleased with myself. In there, I'm going to create a material. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to do it. And it's going to be called ice. Okay, brilliant. Love it. Okay, ice. Great. So now in ice, I've got some stuff. Okay, now at least we've got some shiz. Alright, so let's say now we put... I'm sure I'm going to put that in there. Great. Great. Right, so now what do I do with this ice? How do I actually do something useful with it? Come on, Claude, give me more. Assign the texture. What do you mean assign the texture? I don't know what that means. God, you're annoying. Is this a texture? No, it doesn't look like a texture. Oh, law. Oh, you see, suddenly it all gets terribly confusing and we're into the realms of universal render pipe, but I don't think I meant to press that. I think I did that by mistake. Oh, God. None. Texture. Oh, here we go. Look, there's a texture. Ooh, fish. Aha. Okay, I love it. It's weird. But, I mean, it'll do. Yeah, okay, we're going to have a fish-based texture. Just, I mean, like, I learn by doing. I'm not really very good at reading the instructions. It upsets me and I get frustrated. So I'm just going to do it and I'm sure it'll make some sort of sense. This does not look anything like... What's a shader? 2D, renders, 2D... no, that is definitely not what I wanted to do. Undo that. Right, let's just start with that and see what happens. Screw it. There you go. Right, so now I've got a fishy ice texture, which looks exceptionally odd. But hey, how bad can it be? This is going to be... I think this is going to be quite psychedelic. I'm quite looking forward to it. No, it's just completely broken. Alright, well that's fair enough. So, in short, it didn't like that. In short, I think it's fair to say. Right, so I've got an ice material that apparently... Oh, this is kind of cool. So you can see it should be there, it just isn't. So why is it not there? So in here, I've got a ground chunk. And, right, so you know... Right, let's see what happens if I just press some of these buttons. Oh, that looks really complicated. Alright. Yeah? No, that hasn't done anything useful. I told you this would be boring. Create material, assign the text in the material that has a tiling field, XY multiples. Alright, does it? The material has a tiling field, does it? It doesn't look like it does. Did I press a bad button? Oh, tiling field. Okay, XY. Yes, love it. Okay, don't know what any of that means. The scale how times produces by. You can also set in code new vector to XY. But UMs, I don't know what UVs are. Only does anything if you span a reasonable range. If you generate a mesh and all UVs are squashed into 0.1, just stretches uniform range state. Oh God Almighty! If you're using on stream rather than line mode, are you moving away from the edge collider 2D approach or keeping colliders separate? I haven't really got as far. I haven't got as far as collision. I'm just trying to make it look a bit prettier. But I mean, I think this is going well so far. you may disagree. Two parts to texture import settings. Texture like default. Wrap mode repeat. I mean, where are all these words? Texture materials. Texture. Materials. One. None of these words are actually here. This is the problem with all of this. It says these things. That is not what I intended to do. No, that's just much too complicated. I think going back to the blend probes. Well, blend probes might be the newer. I think I might rename this. Then this might be blend probes. No, I don't understand any of that. Texture type, texture import settings. Right, fine. Texture asset. I don't even know what a texture asset is. I don't have a texture asset. Oh God. Alright. So I made a material. Create a material, assign the texture. Alright, I did assign a texture, but I'm not really sure I did it. I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong? Maybe they all... Right, they can all be fish. Let's see what that does. Alright, come on. No, that hasn't helped. Generator? No, that hasn't helped. Oh, God damn it. You're an asset bundle. I mean, this is complicated. Don't judge me. Have I got the right sort of thingy here? I don't think I have. I don't know what any of that means. Do I need a shader? No, I don't know what any of this means. Oh God, I'd like to kind of go through it step by step, but I don't think I have. I'm also not sure what a UV is. I might actually have to watch a bloody YouTube thingy, but that's kind of so, like, it's the antithesis of what I'm trying to do here. Text like default. Am I being dumb? Like, it's just not there. Oh, it's so annoying. So do I make a texture? Can I make a texture? There's no such thing as making a texture, is there? Do 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 do. I don't know what any of this stuff means. Shader. No. 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 Oh. No. No, it definitely isn't any of this crap. I think I'm actually going to have to follow an instruction somewhere. Because the problem is with Claude is he just makes it up. I mean, like, I don't even know if this is true. I trust about 80% of it. But this might just be absolute rubbish. Oh, fine. How am I going to make this entertaining? Also, how am I going to make this without me getting copyright struck for watching someone else's YouTube when I upload this to YouTube? Because I suspect that's the sort of thing that gets you in trouble. Yeah, you see, this is the problem with the modern world, is I'm complaining, I'm saying, well, I'm not going to make any videos, but I expect other people to watch my videos, so I mean, like, Alright, come on then, maybe, can you take me through that? Take me through it step by step. I'm on Unity 6.4. I've given up, what can I do? I mean, it's depressing. I know it's depressing, and it doesn't make for good TV. Just feel free to join the chat, you know, is all I'm saying. You could chat things, and you give me an excellent excuse not to actually have to do any coding. And then we can just chat, we can chill out, we can talk. I can set up a question of the day. Questions of the day. What is it? Oh god, it's so slow today. Okay. I don't know what's in that. Product settings, graphics. God, that's an excellent question. I have no idea what the answer to that is. Project settings. And again, I'm going to look in here to project settings, graphics, and there's going to be... Oh! None. Default render pipeline, none, it says at the moment. At the moment, it says the default render pipeline is none. So that's exciting stuff. And that's my excellent typing. I don't think I have a line render anymore, do I? I think I've already got rid of the Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I am. Well, the material doesn't stretch. Okay, here we go. Select in product settings stretch. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, well that's great. At least it's giving me an opinion about the shading. Material shader. Unlit. Oh! Unlit. What does it say? Texture. Oh! Hey, look at that! I've now got a fish flavoured... I mean, it's not exactly what I was after, but... Okay. I mean, at least it's yellow. Okay. I mean... I'm not really sure why my fish is yellow. Well, that's better already. I have to admit. I mean, just who knew that just turning it yellow would be more fun? But it's not really ice, is it? It has to be said. Alright, so next problem. That was easy. Huh. That was easy. I don't think that's everything. I suspect there's more to it than that. Right, oh lord. The mesh array, you need a UV array the same length as vertices. Oh god almighty. I have no idea what UV is. The mesh array, you just need a UV array. What is a UV array? What is a UV array? I think that's a reasonable question before I make one. I mean, you see, I think it does assume I'm cleverer than I am. Test of a 2D coordinate space where blah 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 and blah 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 regards the texture. For each vertex in your mesh, you provide a UV. So in this vertex, just sample the texture. At this point, I mean, absolute, just totally uninterested. When mood entropy, I mean, it's just so boring. I don't know. Bored. I don't care about UVs. Like, is there a faster way of doing this? Right click, create shader, unlit texture. Right, did that. I did that. Assign this materials field. I did all that. Right, great. Texture type. Import your texture. What do you mean import my texture? How do you import a texture? Yeah? Is that? No. I don't really know what any of that means. How do you import a texture? View a texture, how would you import one? But that's not as a texture. Oh, maybe I'm importing a texture from, say... When you say import a texture... Is that something I would have made in a separate program? See, I really am a complete newbie. A newbie. Yes, you join the pixel. That's right. Chidijiji. Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah, you see, now I'm confused. So I think it's possibly this UV business. I think it's probably this UV business. Oh, someone's ringing me up. Why is someone ringing me up from the UK? Very exciting. Very boring. We're doing anything at the moment. No worries. Oh dear. Well, that's disappointing. Right, sorry. Oh, my girlfriend just texted me saying I thought she was watching, but apparently she fell asleep. So that's charming. But hey, well, what can you do? Well, at least I mean, you know, the intention was pure. I appreciate that. Oh, very much so. She's asked me if I'm still at it. Very much so. Well, that's not right. Boink. I'm determined to do this. The text living the 2D coordinate system where 0, 0 is bottom right. No, this isn't really. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions. I think I need something visual to Unity texture, Unity mesh UV for texture. Okay. No, I don't want your opinion unless you can actually show me pictures. No, that's too stressful. And I don't want videos. Ah, a human. That's a nice idea. What an exciting idea. I'll ask a human. Each vertex has an X and a Y position from 0 to 1, so from the bottom left to top right you should set on the texture, and then the GPU interprets the rest on the triangles. I don't know what any of that means. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'll just... I'm just going to copy and paste this for the moment, okay? Just bear with me. I'm just going to do this so that I can see what it actually does, because at the moment I really haven't got a Scooby-Doo what it's talking about. So, where do I actually make the mesh? I make it over here. Right, so... I really do not approve of this sort of thing, but I'm finding it very hard to actually understand what the hell's going on. Is that the same? That's the same, so I can just... And I just want to see what it means. I have no idea what tile size is. Let's say it's 32... No, my fish. I'm using a fish. I think it's 16. So let's do Is it 16? I don't really care. I just want to see if it actually makes any difference. Blah, 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 blah. This will not reload, I don't think. Fish. Fish. Fish? Why is she saying fish? Fish. Oh! Pigeon Story! I know who Pigeon Story is. Hello, Pigeon Story. How are you? Feel free to chat in the chatty thing. Please, in fact, I'm begging you. Oh, hello! Look at this. Wow, that is psychedelic and I love it. Wow, okay. So I don't know why this has worked, but it's doing something. Okay, that's exciting. Okay, well look at this. I've got a fish-shaped... I mean, I know it's mad, but I'm just working out what this all means. So... Okay. What happens if I change the offset? Nothing. What happens if I change this? Oh, yeah. What if I make that 3, 6, 87? No, you got 1 or 0. Those are your options, are they? Okay, not really sure what that all means, but I'm sure it'll make sense at some point. Okay. Okay. Maybe. So why is this one... Okay, whatever, I don't really care. So look, I've got something. It's kind of exciting. No? You seem unimpressed. Okay, so why is it... It's very odd that it's chosen these... Interesting. Alright, now I've got these UVs, I might actually have to read the instructions as to what this really means. So I've got a UV surface offset. It's the surface offset, oh my lord. And far offset. Did I write all this? Apparently I did. Okay. Oh, and these are going to be the same as that. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, well, I suppose so, if you insist. But it would, okay, but essentially it's a tile map. Right, top and bottom of the gives tiles me, yeah, these shit. Okay, but essentially it's a tile map sprite thing as a PNG. The tile map sprite frame is a bit misleading. That's Unity's tile grid based now. What you're doing is simpler. One seamlessly tiling it to just a square pung that looks good when repeated. Alright, well screw it, I don't know what that means, but why don't I try it? Right, I don't really know what it's getting at, but how hard can it be? So, free sprite nonsense. Here we go. Piscal. I've had some luck with this. And... Okay, let's just go completely simple. I'm going to have sort of... What's this? How big is it? This is 16 by 16, that'll probably do. And I'm going to do it in kind of dirty grey with darker and lighter bits. I mean, I know it's very boring, but this is just what we'll start with, okay? And then there's probably a fill button, right? So fill that in, and then we'll have some slightly lighter bits to make it a bit fun. Some random, there we go, that's more or less how random stuff works. And then some darker bits to make that a bit more interesting. Alright. Probably around there, pseudo random, that'll do, pig. That looks like something. Right, save that. Bosh. Export it, just, I don't know, export it. Pung, bobble, spreadsheet, I don't know, just sell it, single frames of pung file. Bosh, job done. Well, that was easy. Right. I mean, no mucking about. In here, import something. Import new asset. From downloads, it's this thing. We're going to rename it as snow, ice. And then we're going to import it. I mean, I'm not one to dick about, let's be honest. Right, let's see what this does. I mean, how hard can it be? Oh no, hang on, so I need to dick with the material, which is no longer using the fish as its thingy, it's using ice as its... Hey, look at that. Okay, fine. I think I wanted more... I don't know, I wanted it to be more icy. I feel like it's spread too much. Too much spreading. But I mean, I think it's kind of worked. Okay, so what have I done wrong? He says, suspecting the answer is absolutely everything. Yeah, well, that's not helping, is it? Just randomly putting things in. Unit texture. Well, so far. How am I doing here? Am I actually... Doink. Am I... Is this bloody thingy actually working? Yoinks. Oh, hello, Pigeon Story. I mean, I keep... Yeah, this bloody thing doesn't... I have to look at it on my phone. For some reason, it just doesn't come through on my computer when people say hello. How are you, Pigeon Story? Tell us about your day. I mean, you know, like, I'm gonna pretend I don't know exactly who you are. Pigeon Story, I suspect, is the lovely drunk old woman herself. Let's see what happens. So, bing, bing, bing. Well, yeah, no, it's definitely not changing, so I've obviously done something wrong. So what have I done wrong? That's the big quezy. The big quezy here is, what have I done wrong? I imagine it's something to do with these base points. So, earlier you said tile size. So the tile size is 16 by 16, but is that what you mean by tile size? Your tile size is 2 world units. My tile size is 0.5 world units, I think. Like, how big is my tile size? I've forgotten how big my tile size is. So I think my tile size is actually fewer than... Let's try that then. Let's see what that does. No, apparently I can't do that. Oh, come on, don't be a dick. Why not? Can I times it by 2 instead? How do I make that a thingy? Does that do that? It does. Stupid tile size. I'll tell you what, how about this? There might be an easier way of doing that. Yeah, let's just say float tile size. Yoink equals float 0.5. No, that's not how I do it. Fine. Oh, there's 0.5f, isn't it? I remember now. Sorry, not my first programming language, but I'll get there eventually. Right, we'll try that again and see what happens. Right, is this going to be any better? He says, expecting the answer no. No, that is no better. Oh, well, something's happened. That's odd. God, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, look, there's this kind of weird line running through it. What's that about? Oh, I don't know. This is one of the more annoying things about this business, is it is quite hard to, like, if you don't actually know what you're doing, it's quite hard to kind of work out what's going on. Look, you see? My text is in there. So, hang on. So, how big's my tile? Oh, I'm so confused. So, my tile size... So, let's say... Okay, well, let's just say it's 2. Because it thinks it might be 2. So, obviously 2 might be a number. 2's a number. I've seen the number 2 before. It definitely exists. Will this change it? I don't think the code... Does code get Oh, maybe it does. We'll see in a second. Oh, well, let's see what happens if this changes. Oh, it has changed. Okay. Something's gone. So something's different, but I don't really understand what. So, to be absolutely honest, where's my fish gone? No, where's my pengy? Hello, pengy. So it's being... I don't want it spread out, though. I want it... Ah, maybe I haven't told it to repeat. Aha! I think maybe I haven't told it to repeat. Terrain generator, the material, where's the material? Here's the ice, but I want it to repeat. Tiling. Oh. And that's fun. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am so confused as ever. Da, 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 da. So this is now meant to be... Maybe I was meant to put that in. No, it's definitely this. So, well, I did that wrong for a start. 16. And then single. And then... wrap mode, repeat. Okay, let's apply all that and see what that does. Oh, look! Okay, that has done something. I do not want any of that stuff. And I probably want... Is that good? Okay. Okay, so it's getting there. I'm beginning to understand. Kind of. So what have I done wrong this time? Where are you, Mr. Penguin? Where's Mr. Pengy? Right. So we zoom in on it, and then try to see... No, it's just... There's no... Oh, God almighty, what have I done wrong? Well, exactly. Exactly, everybody. Earlier... Did any of this do anything? Doesn't look like it. I think it did have opinions earlier about what tiling should be. Texture type default. Wrap mode repeat. Hit apply. Texture type default. Have I got a texture type default? So the sprite itself is a texture type. And the texture type is default. Okay, well let's apply that. Oh! I am definitely getting there. Repeat point no filter. Texture shape. Have I done something stupid? Generate bitmap. Swizzle, that's a good word. What if I... So that just stretches it. I see. What if I mirror it? Okay, that is exciting. So I'm going to repeat But I still... I mean, it's just completely the wrong size. I think I'm really gonna have to work out what this UV business is, because I think I'm just like I'm obviously being an idiot. So, yeah, the texture lives in UV space. I don't know what that means, but all right. A 2D coordinate system where 0, 0 is bottom left and 1, 1 is top right. Regards the texture's actual pixel dimensions. Okay. For each vertex in your mesh, you see now I'm already in a bad mood. You provide a UV coordinate saying this vertex should sample the texture at this point. When wrap mode is set to repeat, UV, so just wrap around, so UV 2.5 samples the set point is 0.50. You feed in UVs go 1 and the texture repeats. Your vertices 1, your UV arrangement of 1, oh god almighty. So if a vertex on your tile size is 2 world units, the texture repeats 5 times along. I think I kind of understand it, I just don't know how to use it. So, oh god, there's a lot of numbers in this. I hadn't really realised quite how numbery, you know, and I like numbers. I prefer maths, but you know, I can live with numbers. So what have I done wrong? Firstly, have I actually told it this is 16? Do you know what you are, Mr. Ice Cube thing? Maybe. You see, that looks very, well, wrong aside from else. Okay, so you don't know your... Where did I go wrong here then? God almighty. Yeah, you see, that is very, very wrong. So something here... Right, I think maybe my ice is not correct. I think maybe I imported it wrong. I think I might kill it and start again. Because I think I did something stupid with my ice. Right, import, new asset, ice, bosh. It's exciting stuff, I know. Right, now here we are. Here we have a thingy. It is, it's default. Oh, so it doesn't have a, but it isn't, it's a sprite. I mean, it's clearly a sprite. Why would I say default? Oh, I'm so confused. I think you can't have it both ways, Claude. Ba, 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 ba. So, blah. Texture type default, wrap mode repeat, filter mode point no filter. At least is that all correct? That is all correct at least. Wrap mode repeat, and then hit apply. Alright. Mm-hmm. I think this is all completely made up. So this is the same as the vertices. Alright, so there's the same number of these as there is the vertices. And they go in the same... I don't know why I called it far offset, but whatever. Why on earth did I call it far offset? Oh, whatever. Oh, it's okay. That's further away. All right, fine. So in my meshes here. Oh, I see. So my meshes are. I think I've worked out what the problem is. Okay, I think I've worked out what the problem is. Firstly, I'm very stupid, but you know, that's just life. Secondly, Secondly, I haven't had enough beer, so I think I'm overthinking this. Alright, well I will start with 1F because it suggested that, and I'll just see if that actually works. I mean, it's not, because I think I've worked out what the problem is. The problem is that it's... Is it? I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm so confused. No, you see, look. I am getting some variation here. Oh, so frustrating. I just don't understand exactly what's going on. It's driving me absolutely potty. Right, beep, beep, beep. Hey, look. Way. So each one of these is what? Oh, I don't know. Have I made it much too wide? I think I've made it much too wide. Oh, man. This is complicated. This is well complicated, isn't it? I mean, maybe that's... No. That's not what I want, though. I want the... Each... I think... Ah! Can I see the actual mesh? Because I think I'm confused. I think in here... Right, there's a mesh. Oh, no, I can't see the mesh. That's extremely annoying. Show me the mesh. Show me the meshy. No. Come on, mesh. Here's the thingy. Right. Show me. Can I actually... No, you see, I can't see... So that's... I think the problem is that this mesh is just made up of two... It's a quad, I believe it's called. So it's just two triangles. And that's not actually... Oh, hello. That's exciting. Oh, that's fun. But probably not actually terribly useful. Oh, I don't know. I really don't. This is driving me completely Natalia Mapemi Mopsy. Bollocks. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to need a beer at some point. I feel I'm close to understanding this, but not 100% there yet. And I think I am actually going to have to go away and do some just mild... Like, because I hate experimenting because it's so boring. Because I'm going to have to go and watch a YouTube video and actually just see how it all fits together. And I'm not going to do that on a Twitch stream because it's just so boring. And also I might get copyright struck. So I think what I might do is I might bid you all a temporary chowsers for nowsers, and then return after I've eaten some food, got myself a beer in about an hour or so, and maybe even gone to go and quickly say goodnight to my beautiful lady friend, if she's still awake, which she probably is at this time, I think. So yeah, all right. I think I'm gonna. Sorry to abandon you all, because you're so extremely patient and lovely, and I feel very guilty that I'm just wandering off. But I'm finding this slightly frustrating, and I think firstly having a beer inside with me made me take it slightly less seriously, and secondly this is really annoying me that I can't quite work out why it's not doing what I think it's doing, and I'm just gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to go and watch some tutorials. I know. I try not to watch tutorials, but I think otherwise I'm going to be banging my head against this one for quite a long time. So, I shall hopefully see you all later, and for those that are going to not be around in an hour or so, please feel free to follow me. I'm usually slightly more interesting than this, because I'm usually got slightly more of an idea what I'm trying to do. So there's usually slightly less just staring into space, repeating the same question again and again and again. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours, basically. Anyway, be seeing you